Hey guys, welcome on back to the Anchorage, and it is 2026, and yeah, I've already started off with a video last week and everything like that, so, but in either sense, or over the weekend, Friday, whatever. But anyways, 2026 has begun, and why don't we start it off with a brand new service from Disroot. So, yeah, it's going to be called Vault. Let's take a look. All right, so if we were to come out to disroot.org, we come to the main web page, and here it is. They've got a new service. So if we look at the services tab up here, if we hover over it, we've got the entire listing of all of the available applications that they are providing for services. And the most recent one is, of course, going to be way down at the very bottom. So if we go all the way down here, boom, Vault. Why don't we click on that and see where it takes us? Here we go. A good thing to note right off the bat is that this service is in a beta state until at least the 1st of February of 2026. So just be aware of that. It is in a beta, but it is functional. It's up, it's running. It's in a beta to work out all the remaining details and any particular bugs or anything like that. But it is working, so there we go. So what is Vault? It's a secure passwords manager platform powered by Bitwarden. Now, what exactly is Bitwarden? Well, it happens to be a fork or an offshoot of Bitwarden, which is a secure passwords management platform. And Disroot decided to use the name Vault for their service or their implementation of Bitwarden. Now, what is Bitwarden? Well, it's a fork of the Bitwarden thing there, and they determined that Bitwarden happens to be better for their purposes, and whereas Bitwarden, it's still it's a very good platform and stuff like that. Those of us on Switch to Linux mentioned that if you absolutely positively need to have an online solution for password management, then Bitwarden would be the way to go. But I believe that Bitwarden may actually be a little bit better. It's a fork, it's an offshoot, it's a fork, and they basically say right over here, to ensure the highest levels of security and flexibility, you need to create a separate account on vault.disroot.org to use this service. In other words, this isn't part of their LDAP system. In other words, meaning one password to rule them all. No, this one here, it's separate. It's needed. It has to have its own. So, and then down here, as we scroll on, it says, beware, there are two types of people in this world. Those who back up their data and those who will, quote unquote, will. I'm going to say the quote unquote part of it, because that is always folks that don't currently use backing up of their data at all. They'll say, oh yeah, I'll get around to it. And then they never do, and then they end up with a problem, and then they get all bent out of shape and angry when the problem was between the screen and the back of the chair. So, Vault's features. You can manage all of your passwords, store and organize all of your logins, secure notes, and secrets in one place, accessible anytime, anywhere, access from any device. Use the official Bitwarden apps, mobile, desktop, browser extensions, or use the web client that's provided by Disroot. Strong end-to-end encryption. Your data is protected with zero-knowledge encryption. Now, what is zero-knowledge encryption? Basically, all the data on their server is encrypted to the point where they can't even see what that data is. That's zero knowledge. That's very good. Only you can access your information. Very important that you have what you need to be able to get into it. Your own password, your master password to get into the database and such like that. Backing up is an important thing there. autofill and password generator. Easy autofill logins and generate unique, strong passwords directly from the app. So, and that's very good, so that you don't have to worry about having to keep a piece of note paper aside or a sticky note or anything like that, because that's poor security on your part in the big scheme of things. Secure sharing. Safely share passwords and other items with your family, friends, or team members. So, for the folks that should probably be able to get into your database, you can safely share those passwords and other items, should you need to. Another very important thing to have is two-factor authentication. All right, you've got your username, you've got your password. All right, great. But a secondary would be two-factor authentication. This would be, this could be, let's say like with a bank and they offer and stuff like that. It's always like, text messaging. Granted, a text message two-factor authentication, I'm going to say it. It is absolute garbage. It should not be done. It should not be in existence. But however, the option is there should someone need to have it. Okay, fine, whatever. Add an extra layer of security with 2FA support for your account. Okay. What's good 2FA? A very good 2FA would be a cycling 6-digit value. Basically, it's called TOTP. Basically, it's a one-time password, and you can get that through through your password manager. You can get that through different things, such as a hardware key. I believe, and this is just me, I believe a hardware key is the absolute best, because it's a physical item. It's directly right there with you all the time, that you plug directly into your computer, and then you touch the little piece of metal on it. It's like a button of sorts, and then you get authentication through that touch. And a lot of places offer that, but a lot of other places don't, especially ones that I've found in my experience don't do that. But there is two-factor authentication with Vault. What exactly, I don't know myself. I haven't looked at it, but there's at least the 2FA support. I highly recommend you look into that, because it just adds a layer of security to your account, so that nobody else can get into it except for you, or anybody that really needs to have that. Let's see. Password health reports. Identify weak, reused, or exposed passwords to improve your online security. So basically, if you come up with a password such as hamburger 456, and it'll look at it and it'll tell you how good that is, and a lot of places will do it as you're typing it. Other places will do it after you type it. But basically, the system will look at it and will tell you if it's good or not. And the more complex the password is, the better it is. Emergency access. Grant trusted contacts access to your vault in case of an emergency. That's also very important as well. Let's say you end up in the hospital and you need somebody to go do something, and they do that. Well, you could add that person as a trusted contact to be able to get in while you're in the hospital. Why would you be in the hospital? Any number of reasons. So, excuse me, just had a sip of tea. So there we go. And it's very good. So there we go. So why don't we fire this off? Vault Warden. So there we go. So what we need to do is we need to create an account. So we're going to do that there. I'm going to add this in, and we'll go to the next step. After you enter that first initial piece of information, you need to create a new master password. So we're going to... And see, and there it's telling me it's strong. That's very good. I'm going to need to confirm it. And then, of course, you need to have a master password hint. I'm going to say beats are cool. That's just for an example. Okay, check known data breaches for this password. So it's checked off. Do that. I recommend it. Create account. Okay, you have been logged in and your new account has been created right up in there in the corner. And here we are. So from here, I'm not going to be getting really deep into this and whatnot. This is just a little introduction. You can import data. If you don't have any data to import, you can create a new login instead. Install browser extension. I recommend you do that. And we've got all your vaults, all the vaults, your vault, a new organization, all items, all these items down here. SSH key. That's kind of cool. So you can send information to somebody. You can use tools. You've got all the different tools, password, passphrase, username, options for passwords. 14 characters is the default. So there we go. 14 is actually good. So I would actually just go ahead and use that. You can make it more complex if you wish. Value has to be between 5 and 128. So you can have a password that's 128 characters long. So to generate a strong password, use 14 characters or more. Include capitals, lowercase, digits, special characters. Currently, special characters is not listed. And then how many? Minimum numbers. Well, how many of each? 1. Minimum specials. How many of that? Avoid ambiguous characters. Generator history. And import data. You can export your vault, which is in a JSON format. You can get reports, exposed passwords, reused, weak, unsecure, inactive two-step login. You can activate that here. Data breach. Breached accounts can expose your personal data. Secure breached accounts by enabling 2FA or creating a stronger password. So, and then we can go back to the password manager from right there. And we're back in. And so you can create a new item right here. So that's very good. You can get all names just for sorting. I would guess and get the name. You got the owner. You got some options over here. Currently, there's no items, so there's nothing to list off over here. And there we go. So Vault Warden, that seems pretty good. Okay. And all right, so there we go. That is the new service from Disroot. It's called Vault. It's based off of Vault Warden, which is a fork of Bitwarden. And like I said before, as far as online password management solutions, Bitwarden, it has got my vote as, the best out there. Vault Warden can even kick it up a little further notch because the guys over at Disroot, they're very precise, they're very picky, and what they want is, well, something might be really good, but we want something better because we are even more careful and we are looking for solutions that we feel are better than what happens to be available there. And if we happen to find it, then we're going to go ahead and use it. That's why they use Roundcube for email or Luffy for file sharing, things of that sort. While they're using Pleroma, for their Fediverse instance, things of that sort. That's why they're using Nextcloud for their cloud solution. Sorry about the flickers that's going on. That's the program. Well, whatever. Anyhow, but so Vault appears to be very, very good. Recommend you go ahead and try it. Everything like that. Give it its due course. If you decide to use it, go with it. Have fun with it. It should work out for you very well. If it doesn't, and you find something else that fits your needs or whatever, the way that you like it, stuff like that. Password managers to avoid. LastPass. Things of that sort. Was it LastPassword? I can't remember the name of it. I I don't really use online solutions for password management. I happen to use KeePass XC because it's here with me completely. And I do backups in my own system. I completely control it. And it works very well for me. They've got 2FA type stuff on there. They had just recently started doing passkeys. Sometime in the past 6 months, they incorporated that, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about Vault. So, I recommend taking a peek at it and doing that and deciding whether or not you might want to move forward with it. And if you do, great. If not, great, whatever. Stuff like that. But that is the newest service currently in beta until February. And so they can fix any remaining bugs or any additional little tweaks or whatnot. So there we go. So thank you very much for coming along, and Skál, and we'll talk to you later.